anyways, we're not going to really do a hypnosis session here, okay? Because that's not what I had planned. Basically, I'm going to show you some practical techniques that you can do at home or wherever you need to be. If you're going grocery shopping and you have a fear of going in the store, do this before you get out of the car, okay? Just to lessen that stress and anxiety, okay? So, and then at the end, I'm going to take us through what I would call a mind focusing enhancement session, which is really to kind of alleviate, you know, stress, tension, and anxiety, but really focusing you on empowering you to do what you need to do to be safe, because we all need to be safe. I don't want you to be like, you know, after the session, take the mask and say, whoo, not going to use that, okay? Because it's really something that's needed, you know, as far as the spread of things. I will tell you right now, just my little background, not about me, but as far as this whole pandemic, COVID-19, okay? And it's nice because my sister's online too. When this all happened, I could not go visit my parents, which I try to check on them and things. And my parents literally live 8 minutes from my house. My mother likes it very much. And then I have a younger sister who actually lives downstairs from here, okay? And she kind of oversees my parents and stuff. And I couldn't see her family. And then my older sister, I just saw, I've only seen her twice. One was one of those birthday drive-bys where you honk the horn, happy birthday, and that was for her husband. And then finally got to kind of see her face-to-face, social distancing, at her house for my niece's birthday. And that was only a week ago. So I have not seen her prior to all the shutdown of everything. So our family is pretty close. We actually get along pretty well for the most part. You know, we do have our squabbles, but really, as time went on, like I couldn't visit my parents, and I basically was staying home, okay? The places that I went, which you'll laugh, is I was home, then after I was doing work online, and that was done, I shut off the computer, I jump in the car, and I would go to the cemetery. Don't laugh. We have a big cemetery in my town, and people like to walk around, and one complete circle around is just shy of a mile. So it's easy for keeping track of, you know, how much you're walking and stuff. I would go there, try to get some fresh air, get some exercise. Not that I do any marathons or anything. I basically would do 2, maybe 3 miles on a good day. So, and then from there, I would drive into the next town, take a nice scenic drive, and then I would pull into the parking lot of the food grocery store plaza, and I would sit there and watch people. And I would be like, oh, no mask, oh, not social distancing, you know, and then just watching the weird things that people do. Like, you know, some people have their mask on, but it's down here, and, you know, and I'm just like, well, that's very, you know, productive, you know, but really just kind of people watching because, you know, I live alone. So, you know, after like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I have a bearded dragon as a pet. And, you know, I'm talking to the bearded dragon, and I'm expecting the bearded dragon to talk back to me. It wasn't happening. So I was just like, okay, this is not good, Chris. You're talking to yourself now. So it's time to get out and about. So basically I was, you know, checking in with my folks, you know, as far as, you know, going over there. And, you know, my mother basically said, you know, I really don't feel comfortable with you coming over here. And my parents are, my father's 80 and my mother's 78. My father's got a pacemaker, okay? So, you know, that's a lot of concern, you know? So finally, right around Easter time, my older sister, now she invited me over for Easter, just so that I could be around some family and stuff. And I had to politely say, yeah, no, I don't think so. Because she is an essential worker. She's right in the hospital setting. And then her husband and her kids are all working. So they're in and out of the house. And I'm just like, I would love to see you. In fact, she was going to set me up out on the deck, eating out on the deck, and have like the sliding glass door open so I could kind of talk at the same time. And finally I said, you know what, it's too much trouble, but thank you very much for putting the offer there. And then finally my mother said, you haven't really gone anywhere in a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. And I told her, I said, Mom, it's been 4 weeks, 4 long weeks, just myself and the bearded dragon that's not talking, okay? And then finally, basically, after self-quarantining for a month, now I get to come to my parents' house. And you know how it is for the people who have been doing online work, okay? You basically get up, you kind of throw on a shirt so you kind of look professional, and you still either have shorts or pajama pants on, which nobody can see. and you don't even go, you don't even shower. Skip the shower, And finally I was just like, you know what? I'm always talking about clients about getting in a routine or breaking a routine that's not healthy. And so I thought to myself, I'm like, you know what? If I was sitting in, across from myself as a hypnotherapist, I'd be telling myself, you need to break that routine, start something new, and get into a positive routine. So that's one thing I did. I actually have, I shower now, just to let you know. But I basically get up, I jump in the shower, I might do 1 or 2 meetings online in the morning, and then I pack up my laptop and I drive to my parents' house. I basically have taken over their deck room as my office space now. And Kevin asked me a question, and I want you guys to think about this. If you happen to have a piece of paper handy and a pen, if not, it's only one question. I think you can remember. What positive things have you noticed in your life since this whole COVID-19 has happened? So again, the question is, what positive things have you noticed in your life during this whole COVID-19? Okay? And what I want you to do is, after we're off this Zoom call and before you go to bed, I want you to start writing down what positive things, okay? I know a few people here, like I know Sue, she's actually in a group with me, and she has seen some wonderful family relations build, which is very nice. I know Geraldine, Jerry, she is starting a workshop online. So she's got things starting to progress forward. Oh, she says 2 of them. So I'll have to check those out myself. But what positive things have you noticed? Okay, I will tell you for me. 1, I spend more time. Now I am actually at my parents' house 2, maybe 3 times during the week. So I actually get to spend that quality time with my mother and father, but also my younger sister and her family. And my younger sister actually babysits my brand new great nephew, who is roughly about 5 months old. And I was telling her, I said, if she didn't babysit and if I didn't come visit here, I would not see him. Maybe on a holiday or during the summer, but I actually get to see him. And then when I'm not here, like the next time I came to the house, my sister's like, where have you been? You missed little Eric. He rolls over now. I'm like, oh my goodness. So those are some positive things that has happened with me. I will tell you a quick little thing. I took my mother to the doctor's appointment, which of course I couldn't go in. I had to stay outside. And then afterwards, her and I went for ice cream. And she's got this small gold Honda Echo, okay? It's like one of the cheapest cars you can get, okay? You close the door, all you hear is the metal. She's yelling at me now from the other room because I'm insulting her car. But it's a small car. And I said, you know, Mom, we should take your car on the highway because she doesn't drive on the highway. I said, your car hasn't seen the highway for some time. So I said, why don't we take it on the highway, kind of clean out the engine? And at one point, I was on the highway and I turned to her, I said, well, Mom, your little gold chariot has just gotten up to 76 miles per hour. The words out of my mouth, out of my mother's mouth, I'm pretty sure was, oh my Lord. And we just kind of laughed. And also we got to sing in the car. Her and I, when we go in her car, because she has a cassette tape deck in her car, there's a cassette tape that has to be probably 25 or 30 years old, okay? And her and I, all I have to do is push it in, and usually she starts singing, and then I start singing, and then she harmonizes because she can do all that, and we have the best time. So those are positive things that have happened, you know, for me. The other thing with my older sister being at her house, I actually did a little mini stage hypnosis show at her house because her and my nephew were the only ones who've actually seen me do hypnosis before. So I actually got to do a little something with my niece and really kind of boost her confidence, lower her anxiety, because she has to make the decision whether she's going back to college or whether she's going to do it remotely from home. And I know she's on the fence back and forth. So those are some of the positive things in my life since COVID-19. So now I'm hoping that you guys will come up with at least 4 or 5 positive things. Okay, so moving right along. Okay, now to get into the practical techniques before Kevin yells at me. So what I would like for you to do, and this is the most simple technique that I can teach you, okay? And it's breathing, okay? Every day we do our thing throughout the day and we breathe pretty shallow, okay? And now there's some people who do like what they call breath work. And if you get a chance, YouTube it, Google it, learn about it. There's a lot of positive things. I don't really do breath work because I'm too busy doing other things. But my little way I teach people to breathe, and what I would like for you to do is to kind of follow along. And what I would like for you to do, and you can do this with your eyes open, eyes closed, okay, is I just want you to take a nice deep, deep breath in, hold it, and exhale slowly. Take another deep, deep breath in, hold it, and slowly let it out. Take a third deep, deep breath in. This time, hold it a little longer. And slowly let it out. And now what I would like for you to do is just continue to breathe in deep, relax completely, whatever pace is good for you, as I continue to talk. Now, there's many people who believe one of the great ways of breathing is to breathe in your nose, as that cleans and warms the air with those hair follicles before it goes down into your lungs, and then breathing out through your mouth. Okay? You can try that now and see how it feels for you. I can hear somebody breathing. And now, another way you can just breathe, some people like to breathe in through their nose and out through their nose. And that's perfectly fine too. Why don't you give that a try and see how it feels for you? Now, some people like to breathe in through their mouth and out through their nose. You can give that a try and see how it feels for you. Personally, I find that to be one of the harder ones to do, but you can give that a try. And then some people just like to breathe in through their mouth and out through their mouth. And that's probably the one we do most of the time throughout the day. And really try to breathe in deep and exhale completely. Now, some people will tell you to breathe in deep so that you fill your belly. Again, if you investigate breath work, you can learn more about this. And when you exhale, contract that belly all the way in, so it pushes that air out. Now, while you're doing that, just notice how more relaxed you feel. And I'll be honest with you, when I take clients through this process, after I take them through each one, I tell them to pick whichever they're most comfortable with. I'm not going to tell them what to do, okay? And the only thing I tell clients is you can breathe in through your nose, in your mouth, the opposite. But the most important thing is to breathe. Because if you don't, well, you know, then you have some problems, okay? So really, now feel through your body how more relaxed you are, okay? And since people are more relaxed, as I could tell from flipping from camera screen to camera screen, okay? What I would like for you to do now is just open your eyes, give yourself a stretch, kind of shake out those limbs. Okay, and that's the simplest technique, one that you can do anywhere. Like I said, before going into the grocery store during this time, okay? Do a little breathing, okay? Lessen that anxiety or stress, okay? Another time could probably be like after you've come out of the grocery store, okay? When you see all the people, okay, you know, going up the wrong aisle, which I did the other day, and the poor kid was like telling me, oh, you can go to register 1. And I thought the quickest way and not to be as close to people was to go around the little roped off fence area. And he started yelling at me, no, 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 you got to go this way. I'm just like, okay. And then finally I got to the register. I told the woman, I said, I didn't know how to get over here. So those are things that, like, you know, you never even think about, you know. But yeah, I mean, I know when I'm shopping, I don't look really at the floor to see which arrows are going what way, okay? But unfortunately, during our time now, we kind of have to, you know, abide by the rules and regulations that we're not used to basically keep everybody safe, okay? So that's breathing. Breathing is like the simplest technique. I tell people you can do it anywhere, okay? If you're on the phone and you're having an argument with somebody, good time to breathe. Breathe in deep, you know. You know, if you can kind of think about like exhaling their negativity away, it's all good, okay? So now, what I would like to do is take you through the next exercise. Now, this actually uses your imagination, okay? And we have 2 parts of our mind. We have the conscious part of the brain or mind, which is what we use to make everyday decisions. Like, I'm going to pick up this pen now, okay? You had to think about it, okay? And the subconscious mind, or some people call it the unconscious mind, okay? That runs all your automatic systems in your body, okay? So think about how powerful that is, okay? It's regulating your respiratory system, your circulatory system, all the way down to the cells, dividing the cells in your body, okay? So that's the powerful part of the mind. And as hypnotherapists, NLP people, we actually tap into that, okay? Because that's where all your habits are stored, whether good or bad, okay? So what we do is we tap into the subconscious mind to help a person make positive changes in their life, okay? Whether it's weight loss, anxiety, stress, stop smoking, you name it, okay? It's good for a lot of things in the medical area. And I know like Sue, she does a lot of medical hypnosis because she's in and out of the hospital, okay? So all these things you can use anytime, okay? So the next one actually taps into your imagination, okay? Now, some people say they can't visualize, okay? You don't have to. What I want you to do is just imagine this, okay? Because your subconscious mind knows what I described to you, okay? Like for instance, if I said golf ball, okay? Right away, your mind, each one of you, okay, has come up with the image of a golf ball, okay? When, you know, that small ball with the little dimples, it could be white, it could be pink, it could be orange, you know, but your subconscious mind knows, and all I did was say the word, okay? So this technique is, I believe it's called the emotional detox. If not, that's the name of another technique. But for tonight, I'm gonna call it the emotional detox, okay? And this technique uses your imagination. Because when you use your imagination, your subconscious mind takes that and starts making physiological changes and mental and emotional changes, okay? Now this technique was first invented, developed, whatever you want to call it, by two gentlemen, Michael Elner and Alan Barsky. And it might be called the 5-minute, you know what? I think it's called the 5-minute detox, but I'm not sure. You can Google it, okay? And they basically came up with this technique, okay, using visualization, okay? And they have used it for years. Unfortunately, Michael has passed away now, but when they first started using it, they started using it, I would have to say, back into the late 80s, early 90s, okay? And a lot of people have used this, you know, to start their day, to end their day, to get rid of like emotional gunk, okay? Emotional stress, anxiety, tension, okay? But it can also be used for other physical things too. So what I would like for you to do is just get comfortable. And you can have your eyes open or your eyes closed for this. It's up to you. Usually I tell people to close your eyes. Then you're not distracted by other things around you, okay? So what I would like for you to do is just start focusing on your breathing. And you could use one of the techniques that, you know, I just did with you, or you just can continue to breathe in deep, relax completely. And just scan your body to see where you might be holding some tension and stress, maybe in the shoulder area, because we seem to hold the weight of the world on our shoulders a lot of times. And if you need to shift and move at any time, feel free to do so as you continue to breathe in deep, relax completely. And now what I would like to do is tap into your imagination. I want you to imagine, or maybe picture yourself in your imagination, you sitting there, and just now, picture yourself. And it may sound weird at first, but play along with this, okay? Because you will notice distinct differences in how your anxiety and tension lessens. You will notice this. So what I would like for you to do is just imagine yourself now sitting there as if you can see yourself, maybe from across the room or just from where you are. And I want you to imagine any tension or stress, anxiety that you have related to this whole COVID-19 and the things that I mentioned before, or maybe things that just come to mind for you now, because your subconscious mind may bring things up for you. And you might notice where it's being held in your body. Some people hold it in their stomach, like the muscles tighten in their stomach. Sometimes it's the shoulders, sometimes it's down the arms, sometimes the neck. I know for myself, I tend to start moving my neck from side to side when I'm holding that tension. It could be down your back, okay? So just notice where you might feel that and really feel it in your body. And if you can't, don't worry about it, because your subconscious mind knows what to do. And now, here's the interesting and maybe somewhat weird part, okay? What I would like for you to do is imagine that you have little faucets on each one of your fingers. And what I would like for you to do is imagine that you have faucets on each one of your toes. And really imagine this, okay? And you can make those faucets look however you want, okay? It's up to you, okay? But just imagine those faucets on each one of your toes, each one of your fingers. And as you continue to breathe in deep and relax completely, when I count to 3, I would like for you to imagine that those faucets are now opened. And what's coming out is the tension, stress, and anxiety, or even emotional tension, anxiety, and stress, whether it's physical or mental. 1, 2, 3. Imagine that draining out of your body. You may even see it as a color. Some people describe it as gook. And just imagine that flowing out of each one of those faucets. And yeah, it does sound kind of weird, but come on, play along, and you will notice a difference. Any tension or stress or anxiety just seems to flow down, almost like from the top of your head down to those faucets, as they seem to drain right out of your body, because it doesn't do you any good. It's just holding you back physically, mentally, emotionally. So just let those faucets open full and just imagine that negativity, that stress, tension, or anxiety just draining out, almost like dirty water. You can imagine it like muddy, dirty water if you want, or your subconscious mind can maybe give you your own image of it. And just start to notice how better your body feels as that continues to drain. Very good. And continue that process and really feel it in your body. Feel it physically from the top of your head down to the tip of your toes. Mentally, emotionally, draining out that negativity. And really feel it as that negativity, that tension and stress is being drained out. Let your mind do the whole process for you, because your mind knows how to release that negativity, release that tension, release that anxiety. And it can do so now. And just notice how good that feels. Notice how good it feels in your body. Your body feels more relaxed, more free. And I'm just going to allow you to enjoy this process for a little longer. And now, as I continue to talk, you could just allow this to keep going. And this is the simplest process, just using the power of your imagination, okay? And as I continue to talk, you could just allow that to flush out and enjoy that release of those negative feelings and thoughts and even physical feelings. And just really imagine it, because our subconscious minds work in pictures. Long before you had English language words, your subconscious mind, your mind thought in pictures. And then later you learned language. And then we tend to focus on the language, the English language or another language you might know, but your mind thinks in pictures. Children are a perfect example. Long before they have English language skills, they know how to get their point across. Think of little kids. Maybe it's breakfast time and mom opens up the cabinet and they see the box of cereal that is their favorite. They don't have the language to say, I want that. They basically point to it, give out a scream, and mom right away knows. But those kids, they knew what they wanted, okay? They just could not verbally in English or whatever other language say that, but they got their point across. I'm sure you know that. And what's interesting is children, the minute you tell them a story, okay? I tell people to put somebody into hypnosis, especially young kids, all you have to say is, once upon a time, and right away, they stop what they're doing, they're focused on what you're saying, and their mind creates those pictures. Of course, usually if somebody's reading the story, they might show them the pictures, but they could tell them the whole story, and they can imagine that whole thing happening. A lot of times as we get older, we kind of detach ourselves from that. But really, that's the power of the subconscious mind. So now, as those faucets are still working, when I count to 3, what I would like for you to do is imagine those faucets are shutting off, okay? And if you feel there's more tension, anxiety, or stress, physically or mentally, still there in your body or in your mind, okay? You could do this later on. And I challenge you to start your day tomorrow while doing this. Now, I will tell you the 2 gentlemen who created this, okay, they used it for medical conditions too, to release some of that and release some of the effects or symptoms, okay? So it just shows you how powerful this technique is. It may sound kind of weird because of the faucets on your fingers and toes, but your subconscious mind knows what to do with this. So now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna count from 1 to 5, and you can open your eyes, take a nice deep breath, shake off any kind of drowsy effects that you might have, and just really feel and notice how good you feel. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wakey, wakey. Stretch, get the blood circulating. Okay, and what I would like for you to do is I would like people just to maybe comment about what they thought of that procedure, even though it kind of sounded a little weird at first. I would love for you to just, kind of explain what you experienced either physically, mentally, emotionally, hey, maybe even spiritually, okay? And I saw Sue first raise her hand. I can't really see everybody, but I saw her first. So Sue, you get to go first if you want to unmute.
I did. What I loved was the thing with the faucets. And have you seen the ad on TV for the Kohler faucet? All you do is talk to it and it'll start.
No.
Yeah. You talk to it and you say, I want a 1/4 cup. and it'll fill up a quarter cup. So I just saw those faucets and I talked to them and I let each one of them, I was telling each one to release.
Awesome.
And it
Now,
worked. I mean, I love it.
How do you feel differently, either physically, mentally, emotionally?
All of it's better.
Oh.
And I didn't know it wasn't that great before.
Well, see, sometimes it's hidden in there and we don't know.
It was good. Thank you.
Let me just, before somebody goes next, let me check in with my mom. Hey, Mom, did you practice that?
Yes, I did.
And how do you feel?
I feel good.
I don't know if you could hear her. She says,
Yeah.
yes, I did, and I feel good. I didn't pay her.
Did you pay her for that?
Kevin, I knew you were going to say that. She'll be hitting me up later. You owe me dinner. Okay, would somebody else like to comment? Y'all still draining with your faucets? John.
Hi, everybody. Well, I only get about 5 hours of sleep. So I heard you say faucets, and that was it. But I feel like I just got a power nap, and I feel relaxed, which was really good. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you know what? With all that extra energy, do what you need to do before you need to go to bed.
All right. Try to get to bed early.
There you go.
So
How about somebody else?
I just remembered you saying the fingertips, I guess, with the faucet. Is that what you said?
Yep.
And that's pretty much all I remembered, and then I just kind of went out.
Well, see, your subconscious mind did the rest.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's a good thing.
Right.
Because if not, sometimes we can critique things like, if you're thinking like, oh my God, is he like for real? Like faucets on my toes and faucets on, but you know what? Your subconscious mind takes that image and does the work for you.
Right.
So that's awesome. Thank you, John.
Good.
Somebody else would like to comment.
I will.
Jerry.
So I'm in the same boat, John, as I'm going on very little sleep. So I just went out. I don't remember the faucets on the fingers and the toes. So, but I was coming in and out of it. So I heard some of it. But yeah, and I'm ready to, right after this, I'm going to do a couple things. I'm crawling back into bed. I'll probably be wide awake about 1 o'clock again, but because that's how I sleep. But it was just, I'm dragging. I'm like, oh, it's 7 o'clock. I got to go do this Zoom meeting. I promised I'd be there tonight. And I'm very glad I am. So thank you so much for this. It's awesome job.
Well,
awesome job.
I'm glad that you came to it.
Well, I'm glad I did too. Now that Kevin opened it up in Zoom, I can come. I'm from South Carolina. I can be there. Yay.
There you go. You're the furthest one away. I don't know. Shannon, where are you?
Down here.
Oh, I'm in Harrisburg. So
Oh,
she's south, yeah.
okay. So you win the prizes being the farthest distance. Would somebody else like to comment?
I will, since I'm unmuted.
Oh, okay.
Well, so I had a hard time because I don't like feet. So I don't like feet. I don't like my feet. So for me to think about my toes, I was like, I have a jacked up toe when I broke it, so it's kind of like, so for me, the feet thing was hard to do, but
Okay.
I can let the hands do it. But yeah.
Well, you know what? You don't need to do the feet. Okay. You know what? A good hypnotist could help you.
See? Look,
But you don't
Debbie
need
Lodge
to do
is
the
here.
feet. All right.
Yeah. Debbie Lodge is trying to hide from you. She's here too.
Hey, Debbie.
Hi, Chris.
So anyways,
Yeah.
this technique, you can kind of change it. If you don't want to do the feet, you don't have to. Personally, I have a harder time like imagining that with my feet, but with the hands, I don't have a problem, because usually if I'm in a recliner chair or something, I kind of just drape them over, and it just feels heavier. So you kind of, you feel that like as if it's like draining out, and then your subconscious mind just takes it to the next level. So thank you, Shannon. Anybody else want to comment?
I think Laurie was.
Lori.
Hey there.
Hey, my friend.
How are you?
Good. It's been a while.
Well, I usually carry my stress all in my neck and my shoulders, but I've developed this new habit with this COVID of carrying the stress actually in my jaw. And I've actually fractured 2 of my bottom teeth from clenching so much from stress. So when I tried this with the breathing, and then did the faucets, I noticed that I just naturally was relaxed. And I think that will be a good thing for me to do, like before I go to sleep at night. And hopefully it will stop with that clenching that I've been doing. I mean, I really did a lot of damage, and she said it's all from clenching and stress.
Well,
So it seemed to work.
I could definitely understand that. And you know what? If you wanted to, you know, have me guide you through it again, I would do that because I know your birthday's tomorrow. So you can consider it a birthday gift. So somebody else.
Hey, Chris. It's Jim.
Hey, Jim.
How you doing?
Good. How are you, bud?
I'm very good, thank you. Hey, I wanted to tell you that was an excellent exercise. I was imagining, you know, everything just flowing out of me, and as I imagined it, the more relaxed I became. It was just awesome.
Excellent.
So thank you.
Well, you know what? I cannot take credit for it. Like I said, Michael Elner and Alan Barsky, you know, for the hypnotherapists, NLP people out there, or anybody else, you can kind of look up those names on YouTube and check out. They've got some great stuff. So anybody else want to comment before we kind of move along?
Go ahead, Linda has a question.
Oh,
Well,
hey,
I raised
Linda.
my blue hand, but I just unmuted. So it reminds me of Ron Esslinger's orange-colored magnetic liquid, but it's a little bit different. But it's got the faucets, and you drain things. And my liquid was very gooky. It didn't want to drain, so I had to work on imagery that thinned it out, so it would go out the faucets. But I had started with some pain up in my neck, like at the top of my spine there, not in my head, but down on the spine, and it's gone. So that's very nice, because I think that's where I was holding worries and stuff when you were talking about all the different things that we might be stressing over during it. And I'm like, yeah, I think I'm holding it in the back of my neck. I also hold it in my stomach. But that was nice. I liked it.
Excellent. Excellent. So anybody else want to comment? Okay. Kevin, we'll put him on the spot. Kevin,
Yes.
what was your experience like? Just force him into it, you know, because he does that to me.
I felt I went really nice and comfortably. It felt heavy at first and really relaxing. I felt the release, but I really had the imagery of things leaving my hands and my fingertips and toes. I couldn't get the imagery there, but at least I felt it happen. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's a good point. If you don't have the imagery, you know, your subconscious mind is just going to do the work for you.
Yeah.
Did you want to say something else, Kevin?
What's that?
Did you want to say something else?
I just
kind of
want
cut you
to
off.
tell you I had my mask with me. You know, in
Is that one that,
case you
that
were going to go in that direction.
that Brenda made for you?
Yeah, no. For the rest of the audience, in case you're ever in a shopping mall with Chris, in the food center, do not let him try an exercise like this on you, because people will be walking around pointing at you like they were with me.
Well, I will tell you, one thing I like to do with hypnosis is what we call speed or rapid inductions. It's basically taking somebody from everyday waking state and then suddenly, boom, like this. And for a meetup group that I had, Kevin attended, and I was showing a demo. And of course, I picked Kevin because we've been friends for quite a while, and I can do that. So I basically kind of put him into what we call hypnosis or trance right there in the food court. And and I was explaining to people, well, then all of a sudden there was one woman, she was one of the custodians there, and she's walking by and she's just looking with these bug eye look, like staring at him, kind of like slumped over. And all of a sudden I see her reaching down, and I see she's got a walkie-talkie. So she's like ready to call, like, you know, emergency paramedics. So all of a sudden I kind of motioned to her. I said, it's fine, it's fine. And I quickly brought him up to regular waking state, you know. And I said, see, he's fine. And she's like, oh, and then she kept walking, and then I kind of put him back down. Put him back into trance pretty quick and finished what we were doing as the demo. But yeah, it's kind of interesting, you know, when that happens. Out of the people on the screen here, I know John has seen me do that. And Jim, I'm not sure about Tom. By the way, Tom, I haven't seen you in years. It's great to see you. And let's see, Joanne, I don't know Joanne. It's very nice to meet you, by the way. I wanted to say that before we ended the whole meetup. But Lori, actually, I've done that with her as far as putting her into a hypnotic trance state right in her classroom. and for quite a while, she was saying, oh, no. And, you know, so I had to basically tell her, okay, you know, I goof around a lot of times with you, but when I'm doing hypnosis, with Kevin, it's different. I goof around with him anytime. But with somebody with hypnosis, I'm very, you know, serious and, you know, to the point. So I said, you don't have to worry about that. But I did that with her at school after she was done teaching for the day, and she was, you know, kind of holding, we were talking about holding on to stress and tension. So we kind of, I told her, I said, well, let me do something to help you out here, you know? So anyways, that's that. So that is basically, I'm pretty sure it's called like the 5-minute detox. And it's by Michael Allner and Alan Barsky. And then what I've done is I basically kind of expanded it, but you can do it in 5 minutes, okay? The more you practice it, the more quicker you'll be. And, you know, and you can kind of tweak it to yourself. Like if you feel more tension anywhere in your body, like, you know, you can attach a faucet somewhere on your body. Like if you have, you know, tension, you know, up, you hold it in your back, you know, you can imagine a faucet right there, and your subconscious mind will do the process for you. Okay. So you don't need to do it on your toes. If you don't like that, you could change it on your fingers. I know some people who, you know, tend to do like put a faucet like here on the top of the shoulders because they hold a lot of tension in their shoulders. Okay. But it's really just imagery. Okay. And then your subconscious mind takes the message and works with it and will make physiological changes. Okay. And mental and emotional changes too. Okay. So does anybody have any comments before we move on? And I will tell you that since we're talking about like having just kind of relief from the COVID-19, the anxiety, the stress, I will have to show off my Hawaiian shirt, which is brand new. And I told Kevin that he has to wear his Hawaiian shirt. And there's other than just kind of, you know, wearing it, the reason for it, okay, and he forgot, okay, but the reason for it is because think about what you think, what pops into your head when you see like a Hawaiian shirt. Usually you think like vacation, away from work, you know, party, okay? And what I wanted to do is, if Kevin wore his, okay, anytime that him and I spoke and the Zoom camera switched from each one of us, you would see the Hawaiian shirt. Now, what that actually does, now, does anybody have, you can show with a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Anybody have any negative, you know, anything negative tied to a Hawaiian shirt? Usually not, unless maybe you were partying too much. And you have the ill effects of that. But most people think of the Hawaiian shirt, you know, like, vacation, the beach, maybe be on a cruise.
Volcanoes.
The what?
Volcanoes.
Okay. Thank you, Kevin. Totally blew my concept out of the water. But anyways, people think of all these things, which, you know, is usually relieving, you know, stress or things that busy with work and stuff like that. So my idea was that every time the camera switched from me to Kevin, you would see a Hawaiian shirt. And what that does subconsciously, ooh, it's getting late, can barely talk, okay? Subconsciously, your mind, okay, brings up those images and those thoughts and those feelings, okay? Like, for instance, I don't know if you can scroll on your screen here, but if you can look at Sue, okay, on Sue's background, she has a beautiful water background with like these beautiful pastel Adirondack kind of chairs. I've been in meetings with her on Mondays, and every time I see that, I just see like, ah. and Kevin now has a background on there, okay? And so your mind thinks in pictures, and it's constantly connecting things, okay? Teachers use this all the time, okay? Before, back in the day when some of us were in school, okay, and the teacher just stood there with a book and read and maybe wrote a few things on the board, okay? It was all auditory, okay? Now education has changed. They're trying to tap into the kids' learning visually, auditorily, okay, even kinesthetically, where things are hands-on, okay? And what that does is it feeds into the kids' different learning modes, okay? Because not everybody is auditory, okay? They hear stuff and next thing their mind goes bing somewhere else. Some people can't be visual, okay? So what that does is that's how the mind works. And if you can hit all three modalities, okay, it's amazing. That's why the people in this group that are either hypnotherapists or NLP practitioners, a lot of times we bring in imagery, we bring in sounds, usually the sound of a voice. Like if I wanted you to relax, I would say, take a deep breath in and relax now from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes. John, don't fall asleep. You know, and right away, the sound of my voice being lowered, okay, just gives you that whole feeling, okay? Also, too, I told you to stretch and then get comfortable, okay? Those are all the ways the mind, you know, incorporates these things and it associates things, okay? So visually, the Hawaiian shirt, okay, was done on purpose. Other than the fact that it's brand new and I wanted to wear it, okay? But it was visual. It was for you to, every time that you see me on the screen, you see the Hawaiian shirt, and without thinking about it, your subconscious mind says, oh yeah, vacation, relaxation, okay? So now, what I would like to do next, I would like for you to stretch, kind of get that blood circulating first. My mother's in the kitchen. She's doing that too. She's looking at me like, am I doing this right? She's awesome. I love it. Okay. What I would like for you to do is I'm going to just take you through a whole process here. Okay. And key into some of these things, visual, auditory, kinesthetic. Okay. Just to let you release anxiety, tension, and stress. Okay, so what I would like for you to do is get comfortable. And I would like for you to close your eyes. Okay, not that I'm telling you what to do. Okay, if you don't want to close your eyes, you don't have to. But what I'm going to do is turn off my camera, and you can glance at the screen and just notice the nice swirl of blue, okay? Had to make it look hypnotic sometime, even though this is technically not a hypnosis meeting that we're doing. It's a plethora. So what I would like for you to do is just start to breathe in deep, relax completely. Relax your body from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes. Give yourself permission to relax now. Nobody needs anything from you. This is your time for you to better yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. This is your time. So just breathe in deep, relax completely. And during this time, if you need to shift your body to become more comfortable, by all means do that. It will not take away from any of the process. Very good. And as you continue to breathe in deep and relax completely, again, what I would like for you to do is just allow your subconscious mind to make what I describe happen. And I'm asking each one of yours subconscious mind to now listen to everything that I say and make what I describe a reality. Not because I say so, but it's for each one's health and well-being. And that is the most important thing. So now continue to breathe in deep, relax completely. And I would like for you just to use your imagination and imagine yourself in a nice, peaceful place. Could be a place that you have visited, a place you would like to go to, or just allow your mind to conjure up whatever image comes to play. Very good. And just allow your mind to do the work for you. And if nothing comes to mind, don't worry about it. Like I said before, your subconscious mind will just allow everything to happen. So you don't need to worry or fret, because we're not here for that. We're here for you to just release, relax, and let go of any tension and stress and anxiety, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional. So just continue to breathe at your own pace. And with every number that I count, you could just allow yourself to relax even more, physically, mentally, and emotionally. 10, double that relaxation. 9, 8, feel yourself relaxing deeper and deeper. 7, 6, double that relaxation again. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Continue to drift down deeper, always able to hear the sound of my voice. Any outside noises will not distract you, nor disturb you. In fact, they just allow you to relax, cause you to relax more and more. And now your subconscious mind can listen to me fully and make whatever I say a reality for each one's health and well-being. And even during this time of COVID-19, we have practiced some basic techniques of breathing, 5-minute detox, And now with this process, you can continue to allow your subconscious mind to practice and rejuvenate your whole body, physically, mentally, and emotionally, for your well-being. Integrating all the learnings that you've heard tonight, continuing to move forward day by day, and you may get the thought or idea that, hey, I should practice one of those techniques that Chris taught us. And you can just take the time, no matter how much time or how little time that you have, to practice the technique to release, relax, unless you're driving or doing anything that needs your full attention. But other than that, you can find that time to relax, release any physical, mental, or emotional tension and stress, allowing your subconscious mind, the powerful side of you, to help benefit you by rejuvenating you, releasing stress and tension, of course, keeping you safe during these times of COVID-19 and this pandemic, keeping you safe so that you can do what you need to do. And now, I wonder if you can now feel yourself more relaxed. I bet you can. And notice how good that feels. And anytime that you need to move or shift, feel free to do so, because this is going to allow you to relax more and more, and that is what we want. And you can think about all the things that I mentioned related to this pandemic, this COVID-19, these unprecedented times. But you can have the confidence in your subconscious mind to help you and remind you to do these simple techniques, to take time for yourself, no matter how busy your household may be. For instance, the breathing you can do around people or by yourself. You've noticed the benefits, and you can continue to notice the benefits the more you practice it. Now, this is not just a meeting to learn a couple things and dismiss them. These are things that I want you to practice, because it's going to help you during these times, help you in these uncertain times to release anxiety and stress, physically, mentally, and emotionally, so that you can boost your immune system, because your subconscious mind can boost your immune system, protect you, but also give you the confidence to do the things that you need to do out in society, protected, and to take the measures to be protected, to protect yourself and protect your loved ones around you. Now, integrating all these learnings, knowing that you can practice the breathing, practice the emotional detox quickly if you need to, or for more extended time. And just think how simple these techniques are, and just imagine your family and friends, if you actually took them through this process. Because as I said, this is not specifically an NLP technique, and it is not specifically hypnosis. So you don't need to be a hypnotist or an NLP practitioner. You can be anybody. You can be anybody to do these techniques for yourself, your loved ones, perhaps even your coworkers. And if you know of family or friends that are not doing well during this time of COVID-19, please check on them. Give them a call, send them an email, and perhaps you might even have family members that you might not even get along with. And just how amazing would that be if you sent them an email just saying, I was thinking of you, and sending warm thoughts your way. Be safe. And who knows what that would do for that relationship. Just the simple thing of saying, I was thinking about you. And if it happens to be someone who you don't really get along with, I am going to give you a little advice that my mother has said since us kids were little. And I have given this advice to so many people that I do therapy with. And it's simply, if somebody doesn't like you, doesn't get along with you, number one, be the better person. And two, this is what she says all the time, kill them with kindness. And just think, if you're kind to those people, they only have two options. Either view you differently, or they're just going to be so mad that you were nice to them and won't want anything to do with you. So really, think about it. Kill them with kindness. That's my mother's advice since I was little and in school. And I use that all the time with people. Perhaps you might want to use it with somebody that you know. And it doesn't have to be somebody that you don't get along with. It could be somebody that maybe you just are having an argument with. Or, as they say, pay it forward. Do something kind for someone else. And I tell people that just a simple act of kindness can make somebody's day, because you don't know what they're going through. They may look good on the outside, but inside they may be really struggling. And just you telling them or doing something for them, or perhaps just telling them, I was thinking of you, might just make their day. Now, unfortunately, with the mask, our mouths are covered, because I usually tell people, if you can just give somebody a smile, it doesn't cost you anything, it's free, and that smile might make somebody's day. But unfortunately, you might have to do it verbally now because we have the mask on until the time where we won't be using them. So now, as you continue there, nice and relaxed, I would like for you to just think about what you can do for someone else, because it's not all about us, even though sometimes you do have to make that a priority in your life. But what could you do for someone else? And now, I would like for your subconscious minds to start generating thoughts, ideas, and feelings to empower each one of you today and from this day forward, empowering you, finding all the things that are positive in your life and what positive things that you can do in your life to make this unprecedented COVID-19 less stressful, less tense, and really feel that in your body now. Feel that positivity and what you can do, number one, for yourself, to maybe get yourself out of a rut that you might have been in or have been in during these times. What's something new that you can do? Maybe it's as simple as getting out of the house and taking a walk in nature, enjoying the wonderful creation of nature, the fresh air, or perhaps it's sending a text or email to somebody that you don't keep in touch with, And unfortunately, with social media and Facebook, we connect with people from long ago, but a lot of times it ends up not being a conversation, but just a click of the like button and we move on. Perhaps you could even use Facebook to send people messages on your friends list that you don't hear from. Just saying, I was thinking of you. Have a great day. And each one of your subconscious mind, I would like for you to give each one a wonderful feeling and sensation, physically, mentally, and emotionally, empowering each one here to make changes in their life, physically, mentally, and emotionally, to keep themselves safe, but to also alleviate tension, stress, and anxiety. And you, the subconscious minds of each one here, be that little voice in their head, or that feeling or a thought that, hey, I should practice those couple techniques that Chris taught. I can do it for an extended period of time if I have the time, or I can do it quickly, as simple as just a couple minutes, because I know it will benefit me physically, mentally, and emotionally. And who knows, you can be an inspiration to others by taking them through these couple processes, teaching them. You don't need to be a hypnotist. You don't need to be an NLP practitioner. You don't need to be a teacher, but you can teach somebody these techniques. And your family, your friends, or perhaps on Zoom, you can start your own Zoom group and teach these two techniques. And just imagine how good it'll make them feel, but how good it'll make you feel knowing that you are helping somebody else for their health and their well-being. So now just enjoy these wonderful feelings that you have through your body. And now I'm asking each one's subconscious mind to increase the sensation, thoughts, or feelings to empower each one here to be ambassadors to help others, starting as early as tomorrow morning. What can each one do? And you may notice, each one of you, thoughts and ideas pop into your head throughout the day tomorrow and beyond that, of how you can help someone else. And that is the subconscious mind telling you and reminding you how good you can be, empowering you to help others. Because unfortunately, there's a lot of negativity and downright nasty things going on in the United States and around the world. But with the 12 people that are on here right now, just imagine the changes the 12 people right now could do to help better the world. Will we make, huge changes in the world? You don't know. It's like a ripple effect. So my challenge to you, use these techniques, teach a couple techniques to these people out there in your sphere of influence, and make this world a better place. And now, enjoy these wonderful feelings. And I'm going to count from 1 to 10. Bring you back fully alert here. But just enjoy these feelings now and the thoughts and ideas that maybe have already started to pop into your head about how you can help others. Now I'm going to count from 1 to 10. When I reach the number 10, you'll be refreshed, rejuvenated, like you've had a nap, that it was fantastic. But when you go to sleep tonight, your subconscious mind can let you just drift off to sleep. feeling wonderful, refreshed, and rejuvenated in the morning, empowered about what changes you can make during this COVID-19 that everybody is experiencing. Be the ambassadors to help others. So now, 1, 2, 3, start to breathe. 4, relax and maybe feel the blood start to circulate through your body. 5, thoughts and ideas in your head, how you can help others. 6, that determination that you are going to practice these techniques for yourself. 7, that determination that you're going to use them with other people. 8, coming on up. In a moment, I'm going to say the number 9 and 10. And now 9. Start to stretch. And 10, open your eyes, stretch, feeling fantastic, as you are now the new ambassadors to help other people. Keep yourself safe and do good for others. And I would like to thank, before I hand this back to Kevin, I would like to thank everybody. It was so good to see so many faces here, people I haven't seen for a while, people I've worked with. Thank you so much. And please do these 2 simple techniques with your family, okay? Do it with your friends. Do it on Zoom, okay? And make a difference. Thank you so much. Kevin, back to you.
Oh, thank you very much, Chris. That was wonderful.
Thank you, Chris.
Is anyone awake out there?
Anybody still got their eyes closed? No, I see everybody wakey.
I got 2
Wake up, everybody. Feel great.
All right. Thank you very much, Chris. That was awesome. Stress comes in almost on a daily basis, and it's usually we think, oh, we got to deal with this. We got to go through it. The techniques that Chris has taught help us in just a few minutes just to release it. So you don't have to deal with it. You don't have to keep it. You can just use these techniques that Chris gave us. Well, thank you again, Chris. And thank you again for everyone.
Oh, you're welcome. It was great.
We do this every 2 weeks. Different speakers or different techniques, different applications, a lot of it just to help you. I hope to see you all again. Thank you very much.
Have a great night, everybody. Do good.
Let's do the wave.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, guys. See you Monday.
Hi,
I'm
everyone.
gonna grab it off the thing.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Hold on a second.
Ah,
Up on the 3rd shelf.
Oh, I see it now.
Here. I have to show you quick.
Hmm.
Oh, look. My autographed Kenny G CD cover.
oh, look at that. Yeah, Shannon and I used to go to a couple concerts when we were in college. I corrupted her.
Yeah. I don't know what I said about I was supposed to go to Massachusetts and I was going to see you. And my sister goes, isn't he the guy that made the homemade wine?
Hey, yes.
No, Mike.
I will tell you, we were at a Bible college. So, shh.
I know.
Well, you know what? You guys, I hope you guys have a great week. It's hot. Let me tell you.
No.
One thing about these Hawaiian shirts, I don't know about you, Kevin, if you got cotton ones, this one's like polyester cotton. I'm sweating my butt off.
Oh, yeah.
I will be very happy to go home and take a shower. And Joanne, it was so nice to meet you.
All right.
Yes, Joanne, thank you. All of you.
So, Chris.
I just unmuted. Thank you, Chris, for everything. This was great. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Have a great one.
I
Yes,
didn't
John.
really remember the faucet thing, so I'm going to look it up because I think it's going to be something I'm going to record so I can share it with the people that I do the videos with. I like that, though.
Yeah, and I happen to, I was listening to another hypnotherapist, I believe Lori Hammond, and she started her, I think hers was on weight loss, but she started it with that just to get everybody relaxed and stuff.
Right.
And I like the technique, and then I kind of you know, started using it with people just quickly. And people notice a difference. So it's easy, you
Good,
know?
good. Thanks.
All right.
Oh, you're welcome. Have a
See
good
you
night's
guys.
sleep.
John. Good night, everyone. Take care, Chris.
Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris. I'll catch up with you later.
All right. Tell Brenda and Lisa that I said hello again, and enjoy your day tomorrow.
Thanks.
Oh, I hear them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Where's Lisa going on vacation?
An hour north, not far.
Oh, she's still far up north. I
On,
need to go down south where it's warmer.
it's on a lake with a lot of champagne. I don't know.
Oh, see, it sounds like fun. Well, anyways, you have fun house sitting and dog sitting too.
Yes, thank you.
I got to go get me a refill of water.
All
So
right.
you guys have a great one. Have a great night.
Okay, you too. Thank you, and thank you, Joanne. Take care. All right.